murderers in the nation. Blacks represent 60% of all of those who shoot law enforcement officers, yet enjoy the privilege of only being 20% of those shot by law enforcement officers. Black fragility rejects those damning facts. White guilt offers additional black privilege so their favored demographic can perpetuate the lies and headline-creating violent outrage. It's a sad state of affairs that Marx, Trotsky, Alinsky would approve, and Obama and Clinton do approve, as it is a favored strategy to divide a people and destroy a nation. Ethno-Marxism. If you still don't realize how black fragility is a danger, let's switch the common behaviors to a different demographic. Let's say Germans. And every time you point out certain facts to Germans, you're shouted down by a group of Germans who insist you're wrong and that you simply hate Germans for bringing up those skewed facts. Every time a German is stopped by police, that German can claim anti-German bigotry was the only reason for it. Every time a German is shot by a law enforcement officer, which would be about 30% of Caucasians shot by law enforcement officer, mobs of Germans will now take to the streets, burn, loot, rob and pillage the community, assaulting media and police without pause. Consider groups of Germans who terrorize and assault non-Germans. They have Bash a Black game, or Jump a Jew Day, or when up to 100 German males stalk, assault, beat, and rape 100 Latina women every day from coast to coast. Now imagine every time you tried to discuss the threat that those Germans pose to societal continuity and stability, you're called a racist. You're just a racist. You just don't like Germans. Non-Germans assault other non-Germans at a higher rate than German on non-German crime. Then, your German president decides to ignore all law and invites 100,000 Germans into your cities, mostly males. Despite your crime stats, your German Attorney General openly declares he'll never prosecute his German Volk, his German people, and you're a bigot to even suggest that he should. Imagine a German power unity fest at the Super Bowl, and then dozens of German on non-German assaults and police shootings that occur immediately afterward. Of course, you could never associate the entertainment event, so sit back and keep your non-German opinion to yourself. If you don't recognize this as intolerable, as blonde, blue-eyed Aryans enjoy the immunities provided by German fragility and German privilege and the empowering non-German guilt, it comes as no surprise you sit in silent consent to the black fragility and black privilege you refuse to challenge now. But if you do realize the systematic two-tiered standard of behavior and accountability we've all been unfortunate to endure most of our lives is an accepted policy of injustice, it's time for you to change it. The facts are the metaphoric black and white. The truth is black and white. Simply demand truth replace the unacceptable black fragility that affects so many ignorant blacks. Demand that truth replace the unwarranted black privilege that infects America with every comedy show caricature forced down our throats by mocking media outlets who hide behind the perpetuation of unspoken stereotypes. Unchecked black privilege and unchallenged black fragility are the glaring symptoms of America's fragility, a fragility that has been exploited by our enemies, both foreign and domestic. Educated conservative blacks do their part to confront this dangerous condition, but privileged black bigots and morally weak, guilty whites shout them down as quickly as they label the few whites who dare discuss the same truths as racist. That worked in the past, but no more. As social media controls the narrative, and independent shows like Bad Machine provide to you these unassailable facts, you are now armed to challenge all those who challenge your reason and our nation's promise of equal justice. The NFL is still reeling from our grassroots initiative to boycott NFL. Target stock is down dramatically because of the grassroots initiative against allowing males into female restrooms. We can shake the very institutions who permit and promote this black fragility and black privilege societal wedge to metastasize like a cancer in this nation. Publicly boycott them all. The media outlets and the college professors boycott them all. Call them out on their social media pages, the Tysons and the Dysons and the Perrys and the Reeds. Boycott them all. The CNNs, the NBCs, the Views, The Hollywood films with the race-lifted characters. Boycott them all. The black entertainers who culturally appropriate blonde hair, blue eyes, and lightened skin, but openly display their black power separatist salutes. Boycott them as you would the Germans who hail their leader with their culturally appropriated Roman salute. Boycott them all. They don't care about offending our sensibilities with their ignorant lies and their unabashed resentment. We must punish that arrogance by denying them what they seek from us most, our money. No more movie tickets, no more cable subscriptions, no more CD sales or downloads, no more tuition, no more alumni donations. We can allow this ethno-Marxist wedge to divide us no more, and you have to behave as disciplined adults to achieve that end. Pry yourself away from the ethno-Marxist TV program that holds you enthralled and post a boycott hashtag on a black privilege and power. Call out the cowardly script readers like the Don Cheadles and the loudmouth bigots like Leslie Jones with a black fragility hashtag on his/her social media page. Make black fragility a household term so everybody recognizes the ethno-Marxist strategy right out of the gate. Let those media outlets know you're boycotting them with potentially permanent blackouts of their channels until they replace those privileged black fragility spokespersons with responsible commentators who care about a peaceful, stable nation and society. Black fragility, the inability to accept no, is America's fragility, our inability to enforce a single standard. Black privilege is an irrational and unjust compensation for those who never experienced an ancient ill sacrificed by those who never levied said ill. It is a gift demanded by those who expect collective accountability from others, but refuse personal accountability for their own behaviors. Now that you have a name for what you've seen play out in every newscast and on every TV program for the last 10 years, it's time to shut it down. You've been a good cog for too long. It's time to become a bad machine and smash the machine that feeds you lies. Your actions matter. We removed the Missouri professor who called for muscle to intimidate a conservative student. We sacked Colin Russo, Kaepernick, and we broke the NFL's defense line. We can do the same to any loudmouth celebrity, every college campus commie bully, every media outlet, and every Hollywood production studio. We have the power. You have the power. Unleash your collective power like a tidal wave and truly be the change for which you have been waiting. Take command of your own privilege and let the weaklings who hate you wallow in their own fragile inability to accept the truth.
You've been listening to Jim Dynamo's Bad Machine. Be part of the radio revolution by following our Twitter page @Bad Machine Radio and by visiting Jim Dynamo's Bad Machine on Facebook. Bad Machine is a one-man media production, the exclusive owner of all original content. Otherwise, no rights are reserved. 2016.